What's up, roadside history fans and followers? Today I'm on a dirt road on my way up near Pine Valley Mountain in beautiful southern Utah. I'm going to take you to one of the largest trees in the state of Utah. I'm going to take you to a sequoia tree. People don't think those grow in southern Utah, but apparently they do. In fact, over 36 of them were planted at one point in history, and one survived. I'm going to take you to that tree today. I'm going to take you with my trusty sidekick, Zach.
Hi.
That's Zach, everybody. Stay tuned, and if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my channel, please do so. What's up, roadside history fans? I'm here in Browse, and the mountainsides just below Pine Valley Mountain on the south side. This is an area that was established in 1921 as a vegetation site for cattle grazing, for experimental cattle grazing. It would be in the 1930s that the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps, which was something that was established by Franklin Delano Roosevelt as one of his New Deal programs, the CCC would come up this way and they would build a ranger station. I'm going to take you over to that ranger station here shortly. In fact, the Utah State Historical Society has recommended that ranger station be put on the registry for historical places. It's in disrepair, as I mentioned earlier, but I'm going to take you over to it so you can learn a little bit more about it. You can see the foliage is pretty thick up here in this area of the mountains. I live in this area and it's very dry, very deserty area, but 40 minutes up the road and you're in the mountains. The temperatures are 25 degrees cooler and it's beautiful. I'm also going to show you a great big sequoia tree. I mentioned in my video that there was a man by the name of Dr. Cottam who came through this area many, many years ago, and he planted 18 sequoia trees on the south side of Pine Valley Mountain, and then he planted 18 more on the north side of Pine Valley Mountain. Unfortunately, only one tree survived, and that's the tree I'm going to show you today. It's about 108 feet tall. It doesn't get much bigger. I think the heat kills it once it gets much higher and over the top of the canopy here. But it's a great big beautiful tree. I'll show it to you here in just a second. But as I tell you a little bit more about it, it's not, as I mentioned, it's not native to this area. Pine trees are. And in the background you can see pine trees behind me, and they're beautiful trees. They grow really tall as well. But let me go ahead and show you this giant sequoia tree. So behind me you can see the giant sequoia tree. I'll go ahead and give you a glimpse. In fact, let me have Zach come over here really quick. Zach, come stand next to this tree. Okay, I've got my boy Zach here standing next to the tree just to give you an idea of how big the tree is. Humongous tree that goes all the way up, about 108 feet tall. And I'm sure that changes from time to time, but as you can see, it's a very large tree. The area that you see behind me is Browse Creek. Browse Creek is snow-fed. It's a snow-fed little stream that runs down through Browse and out through into southern Utah into the Ash Creek drainage. This little creek is all snow melt coming off the top of Pine Valley Mountain. But many, many years ago, when the ranger station was built in the 1930s, and then subsequently in the 1950s, when it became a boarding place for rangers up in the area, this was a source of water for them. Obviously, it's just a few feet, 20, 30 feet away from the ranger station and just a few feet away from the giant sequoia tree. But it's a clean water source coming off the top of Pine Valley Mountain. It's a beautiful water, beautiful river, as you can see. Very, out east they have large rivers, and out west we have these small rivers that are a foot deep and 8 feet wide. Here I am standing in front of the Browse Guard Station. I mentioned earlier, this was a guard station that was built in the 1930s by the CCC. This area is very historic and it's very unknown. People pass by every day as they're driving on Interstate 15. They don't know what they're missing. This area was established in the 1920s as 179 acres to test vegetation for roaming cattle. As time has gone on, that would change. I mentioned the CCC would come in the 30s and build this ranger station. I also mentioned to you that in the 1950s, the ranger station would be turned over to the Utah Fish and Game, where a residency would be established for individuals to come up here and tend to the area. I want to take you around and show you the ranger station a little bit. Follow me as we come along. You can't go in it anymore. In fact, there used to be a warning sign up that warned of hantavirus, but I don't know how true that is, but you can see there's a porch there. I don't know if I told you this, but this ranger station is actually been submitted to the Utah State Historical Society and been recommended as a place to be placed on the historical registry. As you can see, this door, last year when I was here, this door was busted through. Someone had busted it through and you could go inside the ranger station. It's really just a one-room ranger station. It used to have a fireplace back there so that you could keep the place heated, as temperatures are quite a bit cooler in this area. But there's not a whole lot to it. It's a beautiful building, but it's in disrepair. And on the side of Pine Valley Mountain, on the north side of the mountain right now, that ranger station is undergoing repairs. In fact, in the past, you could rent that ranger station out and stay there. It would sure be nice if the state of Utah or the National Forestry Service came in and they repaired this place and restored it back to its original beauty. It's just right off the beaten path. If you're coming through southern Utah and you're heading from St. George north, just about 20 minutes past St. George, you'll see an exit for Browse. Take that exit and just follow it toward the mountain. It'll take you about 45 minutes. It's a dirt road. I recommend off-road tires. You don't need a four-wheel drive vehicle to get up here, but the road is a little bit rougher. When you get up here, you'll see the vegetation is gorgeous. You'll see the ranger station, and behind the ranger station by, I don't know, maybe 30 yards is where you'll see the giant sequoia tree. So anyway, thanks for stopping with me. Thanks for taking a minute to watch my channel. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here in the next few weeks. So go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And until next time, have a safe road trip.